Hello everyone, Warringer here, and welcome back to the Mousillon campaign for Mortal Empires. Now to start things off today, recently we got some news about the final DLC coming out for Warhammer 2. Now in case you haven't heard of it yet yourselves, it's called The Silence and the Fury, and will feature two new legendary lords. One for the Lizardmen in the form of the Chameleon Skink Exotl, and one for the Beastmen in the form of Tarox the Brass Bull. Now, just like previous DLCs, these two lords will have their own faction mechanics as well as narrative objectives and things like that. But the most important thing in regards to us and our current campaigns on the channel is the fact that the Beastmen themselves are going to be having a major overhaul with the next game update. Now, these sort of updates tend to break any ongoing campaigns, so we've basically got ourselves a deadline until we can finish the campaign, and that is July 14th. Which gives us about 12 episodes after this one. So hopefully that will give us enough time to finish off a few enemies, conquer the rest of Bretonnia, and anything else that catches my fancy. So, with that said, let's get straight into today's episode, where, if you remember, we successfully defended a major attack against Knight's Pass over here in the mountains, before unfortunately losing then to a follow-up attack by Commander Bernhardt of the Grudgebringers. We also started to chase down some Barrow Legion armies who have since made their way back to Castle Baston, and Languil has now under siege by Durak of the Truthsayers Council. Now, we are in a position to go after some of these, but we're going to first of all start off, I think, with the Red Duke. I'm going to follow some advice given in the previous episode, which pointed out rather than go after individual armies and that, focus on going after territory, because if we can destroy territory and conquer it ourselves, obviously the faction can't recruit new armies and then they will slowly weaken over time. So, let's, instead of going after the Barrow Legion's forces here, I'm going to go after their capital up here in Blackstone Post. Now they've only got a tiny army leading it, who happens to be Heinrich Kembler himself. Okay. Let's go and attack him with the Red Duke. This should be, yep, a very easy fight. I'm just going to go ahead and auto-resolve this. Nice and easy. And go ahead and occupy. There we go. Ooh, 10% magic resistance for the entire army. I'll take that quite happily. Now, did we keep... No, unfortunately we didn't get to keep the landmark building, it seems. What's this? Castle Drakenvel's Catacombs. Okay, Necromancer, Public Order, Research... Okay. That's going to be useful as well, especially as it'll give me access to a Mortars engine. That'll be nice. We'll grab that in for now. I think, for the moment, I'm going to get rid of the zombie-infested Iron Mine. Because it is... Oh no, it's only tier 2, so we can't build defenses anyway. You know what? Never mind. Now, the reason I want to go after Blackstone Post rather than go after Montfort is because, if I remember right, yeah, the Empire, or Reichland, are currently at war with the Barrow Legion as well. So chances are they're going to send an army to attack Montfort. So once that's taken, it means that the Barrow Legion armies are going to be taking attrition, and they're going to be forced to attack a settlement. So hopefully this will concentrate them all in one area, so we can go after them with the Red Duke or somebody and kill them off. If they don't kill themselves on the defences, most likely I would imagine a Baston, given how close they are to it, then we can focus the Red Duke's attention on the Reichland forces going to be coming through the Knight's Pass instead. Ideally, I want to take back Knight's Pass, but we'll have to deal with the armies first. So that's the Red Duke done. Eustache, what can I do with you? You're currently exhausted, I can see. For how many turns? 1. Okay, I'll just leave you down here a minute. I remember there was a Necromancer with one of these armies. I can't remember which one. Oh, this guy here. Okay, Aboash von Kausbuck. Okay, Aboash. I'll see about going after him in the following turn when he's recovered. So yeah, we'll leave you for now. Now the next situation to deal with is over here. Now, luckily my ambush was successful with Malabad, so we can actually go after these armies. Now Durak is the one laying siege to Languil, if I remember correctly. Well, you can tell anyway from the fact that this army's taken attrition. So let's get you out of ambush, and let's see if we can do something about this. So first of all, let's bring you in as a reinforcement. by doing this, I'm wanting to get Nicolette to basically break the siege using him as a reinforcement army. So that's that sorted out. Now let's see how we can deal with this. Ideally, I want to get Malabad up to level 10 so we can use our points on his personal skills. So I kind of want him to lead the attack, but it's going to be tricky on where to actually put her. Because obviously I want her to be able to reinforce the attack against him. Alright, I'll tell you what we can do. Let's get her to run out and attack this army first. That's going to drive them away and clear up some space, so we can actually go and move her up now to reinforce this army. So let's just make sure she gets about here. Right, now you go after him. Oh wow. I could swear the balance part's actually worse than when we tried to fight him with just Malabad before. Or am I getting things mixed up? It might be the other guy I was talking about. Anyway, it looks like, according to this, I'm going to have to fight the battle myself, just so we don't take too many casualties. It should be a pretty easy fight, but let's fight it and see how it goes. Well then guys, here we are, ready to face the Truthsayers Council once more in battle, with my troops cheering on, of course. Now, to start things off, you can see Aquitane is way ahead of the army. It's because I had him ready to cast an offensive spell, and I realised he didn't actually have any offensive spells, so I just pulled him back to join the front line. While he does that though, you can see the Truthsayer Council force being led by Durak heading straight towards our line. So I've got the trebuchets firing away, as you can see going away, and Nicolette and her reinforcements coming in. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that spell. That came out of somewhere. But anyway, my troops are now again in position ready to, support the attack where needed. And the plan for this battle is quite straightforward. We're going to let the Zoats, who are charging in right now compared to the Viridian Lords and the Druid Neophytes back here, well, they're charging in first of all, so I'm going to let them head right into my infantry line right here. We're going to support them then with the King's Men, who are going to be charging forward to support, and then using the cavalry units from both Nicolette on the left flank and the Knights over on the right flank. We'll be able to go in, deal with the Viridian Lords before finishing them off then with the Zoats in the centre. And, well, so far it's not gone quite according to plan. We took some early damage from one of their characters, because indeed all the Zoats, as well as Durak, are wizards. So I don't know who exactly cast that spell, but hey ho, it's one of those things. Although, speaking of casting spells, you can see I cast the Dwellers Below in order to do some damage to the Zoat units. But while that's happening, of course, we've got the entire line now basically caught up, and I'm bringing in all my troops to help wherever we can. While that's going on then, I'm bringing in our cavalry to deal with the Viridian Lords on either flank. So we've got our Black Grail Knights coming after this unit here, with a unit of Black Lancers coming in to attack them. The other unit of Black Grails are going to go after this unit of Viridian Lords. We've got my Pegasus Knights charging in to deal with the Druid Neophytes. The internal infantry going after the Viridian Lords here, before being supported by the Rusted Blades. We've got some more Rusted Blades in it, as well as the Rose Lancers coming in to attack the enemy from the rear. Between all of them, that's the entire enemy infantry units basically eliminated, apart from this last unit of Lords hanging on in there. Now with that secure, we're basically able to charge all my cavalry straight into the rear of the Zoats, doing enough morale damage that you can see you've already got a lot of enemies begin to shatter across the board practically. Now, the only thing left at this point who hasn't run away is Durak himself, who charges into my trebuchets, but just as we're about to attack him with a unit of Rusted Blades, ends up shattering completely. So, a very quick fight, as I expected. And all I got to do now is chase down as many of the survivors as possible. I realised that after a little while that, given that they've already retreated once, we didn't actually need to do it, because we will just eliminate the army anyway. But I figured it'll be a good opportunity just to get a few more kills in, because why not? And so, with that battle, guys, let's make our way back to the campaign map. So, a rather easy and straightforward battle, leaving us with a decisive victory. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish off the last 2 Zorat units, but given that the enemy army has already retreated once, we should be able to just wipe out the entire army in one fell swoop. Out of these options, I'm going to take the extra dark magic. There we go. Done. This, hopefully... Oh, we were so close to giving him level 10. So close. Right, let's skip through these. Okay, next job. Let's go after this army as well. Tilak Mak Akli. What we're doing then this time is we'll get Malabad to go into march stance. This way then he can still act as a reinforcement. And don't forget, as the enemy army has already moved, means we should be able to march in with Nicolette and wipe this out quite easily. Any second. There we go. Perfect. Goodbye. There we go. Took a few more casualties than we did in the previous fight, but that's okay. We'll take some extra dark magic. Why not? And there we go. Pushing it for hardiness. Spell shield. Useful. Okay, crone. Okay, give me level 10. Yes, we got level 10. Fantastic. Right. Malabad for now can head into Gurion. Thank you, game. Nicolette. Okay, I can't actually move you back to Languil without going into Force March, but it's okay. What I wanted to do is really have a look and see what she can recruit from here. So, let's see. I'm tempted to give her some more Grave Guards, as well as maybe get a unit or 2 of Wayland Hags. And we do have that regiment, a renowned one, the Silver Shriekers, I think they were called. Let's have a look. These guys. Yeah, Silver Shriekers. So we could go for you as well. Right. Let's grab one of you in the meantime. We've got 6 options there. Okay. Do I want to go for a corpse cart? None of these have got the mass regeneration. I think that's the next one. The Lodestone, is it called? It's been a little while. I'm pretty sure it's called that. But in the meantime, though, we'll give you... Let's give you some bowmen. We'll go for something like that for now. That, and then we can make sure we get them all done in 2 turns. We also need to give you some characters, don't we, Nicolette? Let's see what we can get you. Now, given that we're going to give her some Valiant Hags, I think going for a Banshee could be a good option. A White King I've got in mind already. And we could go for a Damsel. I'm thinking, why don't we go then for a Damsel? We can try out Havens. What we got? Heavens, I mean, not Havens. Heaven's magic because I haven't used it for a long time. We got Malevolent or Perceptive. Out of these 2, I'm going to go for Malevolent for the bonuses to the army. So we got that for you. And Banshee. I tell you what, if my plan works with regards to the Barrow Legion's armies and Montfort's being taken, that new Banshee that we recruited, Leora here, we don't actually need to use her then as a campaign agent. So I could, I mean, she does have those bonuses, right? Yeah, let's actually move you back and you can join up with Nicolette's force. So that will give you 2 characters to play with.
We have met before.
Perfect, right. So that's you now done. You have moved, you're going to move. We'll sort out all their upgrades in a minute. Soul Weaver's happy there. Vendrick, to be honest, I suppose we can keep you around for the minute. William. Now, I want to pull him back until Sylvania, because now we've got Solland and Sturland, as well as Visseland after us. He's not going to be in a good position to try and defend the moot, and we don't want it anyway. So I'm going to pull you back to Schwarzhaven, as it's probably the best target out of the 2, according to the advice I was given. So let's go and take that. Nice easy fight. From there then we can easily pull back into Sylvania itself if needed. But for now, Man's Ruin, Crone, Mortal Informer, okay, good. Now the thing is, William is going to be in a bit of trouble, I think, if he's going to have to try and defend all of Sylvania by himself. So while we do have a bit of extra cash for our dark magic, I'm thinking we're going to raise a small army to help him out. And now that we've got Vlad available once again, he's going to lead the army. could have gone for Manfred, admittedly, but I kind of like Vlad a bit more. Now, I have downloaded a mod for him, which I've included in the mod pack, which makes him a bit more better, in my opinion, because I never liked the watered flesh aspect when you consider how he's typically described. So I've decided to download a mod that makes him just look a little bit better than he did in the vanilla game. So he's going to lead our second army. We're going to stick him here in Eschen. And what we're going to do is take advantage of the raised dead that we have here in Eschen to be able to get our hands on a few troops quickly. Now we don't want to go overboard because we only got 3,200 coming in. I don't want to reduce it too much. So let's get our hands in the meantime then. We'll get some Skelly Warriors. I'll get some of you guys as well, I guess. We are doing a Von Carstein-esque army, so I think maybe get some Direwolves as well. We could get some Graveguard. That would be quite useful. So let's get 2 of you. We can get some Vargeist as well. We get some Black Knights with Lancers and Bardins, just to help out a bit there. And we could get some Carnwaves. Haven't had a chance to use those in the campaign yet. Come on, game. Otherwise, what else could we try? Apparently those are locked. 3 special points. Okay. We could drop the Vargeist and then get our hands on... I think this is actually the corpse card we want if we want to regenerate the army. That could be something to consider. Is it worth, though, dropping a unit of Vargeists? Nah. I'll leave the Vargeist. We'll take some Carnwaves, because why not? And yeah, I think that should be a good starting force. Oh, I'll take a Vargolf, definitely. Okay, that's affected my income a little bit more than I expected, but it has given us a hell of an army to work with. So we could actually use this aggressively, go after places up here in the north, like Nagenhof and that. So yeah, that could work at least. Can we give you any more heroes, just to help out the army a little more? We can give you a... Can't give you a White King. We can give you a Banshee, a Vampire, or a Damsel. Right. Let's give you... Oh, which one of these? Extra magic is always useful, but increasing our leadership and weapon strength is even more useful. Congratulations, we're going to use Natalie Lasarsan in the army for the moment. And then, is there anything else I kind of want to give them? I mean, we could give them another Damsel. Can't give them a White King in this area, which is unfortunate. Although saying that... Idea. Right, let's go back over here a minute. Let's go to Nicolette. And I'm actually going to disband the Banshee here. Right. I'm going to give us instead a White King, which we can recruit from here. Red Fury or Infinite Hatred. Let's give you Red Fury. And we're going to change your name as well. Because if you remember, there was a particular character who served us very well in the Knight's Pass. And so I'm going to bring him back. He was the leader of a... whatchamacallit? Of a Graveguard unit. So Matthias Le Jungler. I've got it written down here. So the leader of our Graveguard unit has now become a White King in his own right. No pun intended. So he can then join up with Nicolette's army instead. So with that, we'll head back over here. I'm just doing this for a little bit of variety in the units as well. So instead of just having 2 vampires, we can now have... Which one would be better? Devious? Oh, that would have been useful as a campaign one. No matter. Going for the Determined will probably be better than Tactician, just because we don't have to worry about missile units. So yeah, we've got Fleur Beastspitter. And I am being aware of how much money I've got. Okay, that should be everything. Right, let's quickly now move through our characters and units. So Malabad has done that, so we've got 4 points to spend. I'm just going to go ahead and get all of these, because they can be very, very useful. Fanatic and Peasantry will be even better. Making him unbreakable against humans and giving all my peasant units damage resistance and unbreakable, that's useful. I'll give you that. Okay, Nicolette will continue giving you the Invocation of Heck, Curse of Undeath, and some points in the Undying Horde. Bernhoff Okay, this is the White King that's currently here with William. We'll just continue giving you hard to hit, I think. William will continue just increasing your combat abilities. Yeah, we'll go for this one and full... No, tell you what. Let's give you Scarred Hit and Inspiring Presence. Margaret, let's give you another point in the Enfeebling Foe. Aldrich the Mad Richtofen, let's give you... Could give you a Nightmare, I'd rather hold on for the Corpse Cart. Let's continue giving you Gaze of Nagash then. Or Cassine, let's give you Benevolent Overlord to increase physical resistance nearby. Getting a White King to serve us in battle will be pretty useful. Murder in Disguise, extra diplomacy. That could potentially come in useful to try and secure peace treaties. Yeah, we'll go and grab that for now. Okay, Luan Beset. Let's give you Harmonic Convergence. And... Sure, let's give you Curse of the Midnight Wind. Does this do area of effect? No, it doesn't. Wait, never mind. Let's give you Harmonic Convergence. I'm going to give you Wind Blast instead. There we go. Natalie, that's our son. Let's give you Point of Replenished Troops and Spirit Leech. Matthias, let's give you Heroic Killing Blow. Oh god, you got 11 points. Okay, definitely going to give you a Hellsteed eventually, so I'll give you Blade Master. Interesting. Okay. Let's give you Hard to Hit, Deadly Blade, and let's continue giving you Thick-Skinned for the moment. There we go. Flow, let's give you Increased Mobility, Bloody Blade, Ghostly Howl. Alright, let's increase your abilities there. Guard Fighter as well. Right, you've not moved. That's okay, you can just move here. Alright, is there anything else I need to worry about? Not really. I do want to abandon this, because we don't need it anymore. So let's definitely abandon it. I can see the symbol now, telling me it'll be abandoned. More skills. Jesus Christ. I could give him a Barded Warhorse at this point, but I don't know, give him that instead. Or just continue working on his combat skills. Let's just finish that off so we can give him the Butcher of Biarkan afterwards. Or better yet, Casualty Replenishment. Okay, Lorraine, we'll give you... we'll give you Dark Benediction, or just continue with the Dwellers Below. Oh no, hang on a second, hang on. Give you Arcane Conduits, even better. Damage buildings, not fussed. Finally! We can hit end turn. Okay, this is interesting. I think, yeah. So Commander Bernhard has attacked with some reinforcements from the survivors of the attack on Knight's Pass, and has managed to eliminate the dreaded warherds completely. So we don't have to worry about Old One Eye anymore, or anything like that. That'd be useful. And most importantly, he's now rested in Montfort, all by his lonesome. Now because they also took Montfort, my plan is actually kind of worked out. All these armies are now taking attrition, and they're trying to survive the best they can. We've got a bunch of them laying siege to Baston, but that's okay. We might be able to swing the Red Duke down to fight them. Oh, Durfu, please don't tell me you're about to attack me. You have. And you're bringing in all the other Wood Elf factions. Great. So we didn't have enough wars going on already. Oh, Marienberg. Are you coming in as well? Probably. Yep, declared war on me. Okay. Well, on the plus side, it was going to happen at some point anyway, and we've now got a... What? Oh, you poor, poor fools if you're coming to attack me there. Oh wait, they're bringing in more? No. They have got a lot of troops, I've noticed, but on the other hand, they're also very low tier. They're only in terms of what they are. They're just spearmen and things like that. I think we could take those on easily enough. Okay, so we survived another turn at least. The dreaded warheads have been destroyed, like we said. Baston is now under siege. Let's pop for all of these. Okay. Oh yeah, Einenschatten got attacked by Stirland. We lost it, unsurprisingly, but they haven't let us abandon it. I did say to abandon it, so, game, if you can do that for me... What? It's not coming up... Oh, there we go. I was about to say, why is it not coming up with a tooltip saying that I've lost it?
Protector of the realm.
Right. William, let's try and be a little sneaky, actually. Let's bring you back over here. And we'll grab Vlad as well. We'll move you to Templehearth. Hopefully between the two of them, we'll be able to take out Fort Obenstein just to secure it. We will have to go up against Marius Leitdolf if we want to attack. Hang on. Marius is... Has Averland been either defeated or confederated with Ned? If he is part of Stirland's army. Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then William, you're there. Vlad's there. Let's get our other characters to try and help out where they can. So at the moment, we could block the army there. We'll have you potentially block the army of Marius's. I can see they've got a full stack up Needlin as well. Okay, that might come in useful now. Right, let's grab our heroes, by the way. Forgot to move them in with Vlad's army. So you can move in, and you can move in. There we go. And that gives him a full 20 stack to play with. And we've actually managed to make a bit of extra income. That's good. Okay, Red Duke, you are currently now under siege.
Obliterate.
Huh. I'll tell you what, we're going to do that first of all. Might as well get rid of that if we can. Right, next up, Glittering Scales. Let's go after these guys now. Now, I have to admit, I'm a little surprised by this. I would have not put the enemy at an equal footing with mine. Huh. Well, only one thing for it. We're going to have to fight this one if we want to make sure we win it. So yeah, let's fight this battle. So guys, here we are at our next battle, which is going to go relatively smoothly, I must admit. Now, to start things off, you can see that the enemy have got a very defensive position where we're forced to attack along only two pathways. Now, taking into account that a couple of my units can fly, meaning that it's not going to be too bad. But to start things off, as I slowly move my forces into position with the infantry coming down this way here, and my cavalry going to be setting up to charge around this side when possible, I send in the Red Wings, I should say, to go after the enemy general that's really, really weak. I figure we can try and kill him off before he gets involved in the battle itself. And then Mina is rushing forward in order to cast the Purple Sun of Xerius. Now, given the enemy's tight compacted lines, this is going to be a devastating spell. And if I actually go back a second to hover over her, you can see already she's managed to get nearly 100 kills in that first spell. In fact, over 100 at this point. Now, because of that, one unit has already started to rout. Very, very good for us. And it's at this point the enemy is still sort of making up its mind. Is it going to attack or is it going to stay in its defensive position? Now, I didn't want to get shot at, so I pulled her back at this point, just in case. But really, the enemy is still making up their mind. Over here, the Dreadwings I sent out to kill the general, unfortunately ran into the woods, so they stopped hitting their advance. But once he came out, we were able to go after him again, although because of how close they're getting now, they're making an easy target for the Huntsman General and the Outrider units right here. Now, this one, you can see the enemy has started to advance towards us. My infantry is slowly getting into position here, with Louis the Righteous leading the future attack. But I figured we'll take the opportunity to try and use our characters a bit more. So the Red Duke is going to slow down the enemy's advance on the left by first of all blasting the Outriders with some Pestilent Breath, and then charging into combat himself. Given that he's a powerful combatant on a zombie dragon, I wasn't concerned in the slightest, but I figured it'll be a good opportunity for them to be pinned in place. Back on the other right side, you can see we're casting another Purple Sun, again just devastating the enemy units that it's running over. Just watching them get blasted by that spell, absolutely fantastic. Lots of damage there. Now while that happens now, we've got our troops going to be running in with Louis leading the charge. He's going to go straight into this unit of infantry here, and all the others are just going to be charging in where needed. In order to help out a little bit, I'm going to get Mina to cast Soul Blight to reduce the enemy's stats a bit. We don't really need it, to be honest with you guys. Over on the right flank, thanks to us pinning the enemy in position using the Red Duke as well as the Screaming ones, we're able to get a devastating charge in using our cavalry units, which, as you can see, shatters a lot of the enemy units and really just leaves one unit left to deal with the Duke. Now, we've got some Outriders coming back in order to start firing away, but we're not taking much casualties from this. And instead, what I'm doing is bringing them around to be able to charge the enemy units in the rear. Now, I've got Mina going after the enemy's general just to kill him off nice and quick. And at this point, the battle is basically over. You can see the Soul Blight that I was actually a little late casting. I thought I cast it earlier than that, in fact. Never mind. But at this point, the Blood Knights have come in and the Bloodsworn, our units have gone up. In fact, I was quite surprised. Slowing things down a minute. I wonder if I can spot them again. I was surprised to actually encounter a unit of Sartosa militia among the enemy forces. I'm just trying to spot here. Sartosa militia. Didn't realise that Marienburg can get their hands on these. Maybe it's because of the mods I'm using. I don't know. Although, what's that going on over here? Oh, it's bonfires. I was wondering why there was fire over here. I thought I hadn't done anything with that. Anyway, at this point now, the battle is over. There's only a couple of units left hanging on in there. You can see this unit of Outriders, but they soon very quickly end up routing, and then it's just a case, I should say, of chasing down as much of the survivors as possible. Now, for the most part, my cavalry end up doing the job, although I did send Mina to go after this unit here of Outriders to try out the Fate of Buna, which does a bunch of damage, but wasn't enough actually to kill the unit, unfortunately. Oh well, one of those things. But anyway, as we chase down the survivors, let's go back to the campaign map. So there we go, decisive victory. 42 casualties, I'm happy with that. Now, what do I want to do with the survivors? Let's get a little bit of extra replenishment, I guess. Why not, eh? So, that's that army dealt with. Now, admittedly, we can, once we skip through all of this, we could actually either head up to attack Gisero, which has got a similar army for us to fight, or we can actually go down and start dealing with this, or even cross over... Ooh, excuse me, hiccups. We can even come over here now to start dealing with the Barra Legion. Oh, decisions. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's get the Red Duke to see about heading down to deal with Commander Bernhardt's. If we can kill him off, that's going to be a significant, army defeated. So let's see if we can play this a little smart, because again, having to worry about casualty replenishment and the like. Let's move you here. Damn, I could have actually kept you up there, couldn't I? Bugger. No matter. Stick you there. Malabat can now make his way down towards Artois, ready to help out over here. And then Nicolette is still busy recruiting, but she should be safe where she is. So that's okay. Let's get you to join up. And let's get Matthias to move in as well. There we go. Alright, over on this front. Everybody has already moved. We're now actually, well, losing some more money now, recently. Let's see, is there anything we can do to help reduce that? Tunnel Wardens, Guile and Glamour. Probably just have to aim for getting Renowned and Feared again. Right, that's doable. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on Wind of Death, just because it's supposed to be a really powerful spell. But it's not fitting the Red Duke's character, is it? Yeah, let's get you instead. I'm gonna get you Infamous Raider. Then we just need one more point here, and then we can give you Renowned and Feared. That should reduce your upkeep a little bit. Okay, Eustache, go and have some fun now. Do we actually go and assassinate them, or do these guys have any characters? In fact, we could. 24%, really? Is that low? Nah, I'll tell you what, let's go and assassinate that character. get our hands on another blood kiss. In fact, speaking of blood kisses, let's have a quick look. 20% ambush chance. 10% upkeep for all units and all armies. Let's grab that. For the moment. Okay, Mina. Let's finish giving you Aspect of the Dread Knight. Okay, Red Duke. No, sorry, Bulgars. Let's give you your Knights. Lorraine. We'll finish off with the Dwellers below now. Vendrick. Let's give you no, Block Army. Because that's what you've just done recently. Eustache. Oh, Christ, I'm beginning to run out of stuff for you. I really am. Let's just give you Skilled Swordsman for now, then. You're fine here. Aiden's fine around here. In fact, let's use some of the money. And see about maybe going after a unit. 67... Yeah, I'll go after the Lords for the moment. Success? Okay, how many casualties did we get there? Quite a lot. Well, if we can keep doing that for the other units, that should really weaken them down, enough that we can actually have a good chance of winning then. We'll go after them in the following turn, I guess. Okay, don't care about the moots. Aiden... Ooh, I suppose I could give you a corpse card now, but that's going to cost me money in upkeep. We'll just go ahead and give you Master of the Dead. We'll start working on that instead. Yeah, don't care about that. Huh. That's worked out surprisingly nice. So for whatever reason, Commander Bernhardt and the Imperial forces in my lands decided to attack the Barra Legion laying siege to Bastogne. Now because they've moved too far, they're not only going to be taking a lot of attrition right now, but they've also weakened themselves significantly in their fight because they managed to kill a lot of the Barra Legion. But also with the thing of, you know, taking a few casualties themselves. And I just noticed that Solent looks very weak right now. Ooh, that's got some potential. Oh, are you guys coming in to fight them as well? That's what I want to see. What's better than killing enemies by my own hands? Watching my enemies kill one another. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay. I'm guessing because of the wall breaches, they can just march in despite it being a walled settlement. Ah, sucks. Well, at least you guys only sacked it. I can deal with that. Okay then. Let's leave things here for today. Now I have to say I'm quite happy with the events of this end turn phase, once I've popped through all of this. Admittedly, we took some damage at Blackstone Post, but now we've seen a lot of our enemy forces weaken one another. We're in a good position now to just march in and deal with the survivors and eliminate them quickly. Not only that, but we're in a position as well to be able to take the fight to some of the enemies. But we'll sort that out next episode. Now, something that has crossed my mind, given that we've got a fair bit to do in this campaign compared to the Pestilence one, is maybe extending the episodes for this campaign up to an hour. So, admittedly, I know it's a lot of footage then for you guys to go through, but it does mean we can get through stuff without me having to make a decision about what needs to be edited and cut out and what doesn't. But let me know in the comment, guys. What do you think about that? In the meantime, though, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and that you do join me next time for some more Warhammer. But until then, everybody, take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.